Welcome to Alasquatch, the show all about Bigfoot in the great state of Alaska. I'm your host, Beans Baxter. So lace up your boots, zip up your coat, and come with me on an adventure as we explore all things cryptid in the last frontier. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. We've got a special treat today. We are going to be talking with Stephen Major about his new show called Bigfoot Today. We are going to have him on in just a second. He's going to tell us what the show is, what it's about, and how you can watch it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here is Stephen Major. Now, hey Stephen, thanks for coming on.
Hey man, wonderful to talk to you again, Beans.
Hey, I really appreciate you coming on, and so tell us about this new project you got going.
Oh, Bigfoot Today. Bigfoot Today is, oh man, we've been wanting to do this for a long, long time. And basically what Bigfoot Today is, it's a talk show. It's a talk show that's about all things Bigfoot. And it's going to be a much different show than what I think people are used to, you know, with the podcasts and all the stuff that are online and stuff. We've kind of styled it after a Johnny Carson kind of talk show thing. And we want the show to be fun and interesting, but also serious and exciting at the same time. We're going to have weekly guests on the show, Bigfoot researchers from throughout the Pacific Northwest. And as, you know, we're going to expand on that to those around the globe and stuff that are doing something. But the show's kind of broken up into segments. You know, we're going to have the opening of the show is really going to be about what's new in Bigfoot today. And in that segment of the show, we're going to talk about the latest research that we are aware of. We're going to talk about recent sightings. We're going to talk about any new evidence that has come out in that segment of the show. And then we're going to do a film review. And there's been a tremendous amount of movies that have been released in 2020, some documentaries and some fiction films about Bigfoot. We're going to do a movie review each week, cover those new topics. And then after that, we're going to lead into our guests. And we're going to have a new guest or guests on the show each week. And like I said, those will be prominent Bigfoot researchers and investigators from throughout the Pacific Northwest and, you know, around the globe too, as we expand the show a little bit more, that are going to talk about their latest research and provide evidence. And we're going to review evidence and film clips and any other things that they have going on.
Right on. That sounds pretty exciting. And I don't think that there's anything out there quite like that right now.
You know, and I don't think there is either. And there are a lot of podcasts and things like that, which are pretty good. Our format, you know, like I said, is going to be a lot different than what I think most people are used to. And we're going to ask some hard questions on the show as well. I mean, we're going to discuss some of the things that people really don't want to get into, you know, hot topics such as like kill, no kill, you know, those kind of things. We really want to raise some questions that I don't think that a lot of people like to deal with when it comes to Bigfoot research and investigation. And so I think the show's going to have some controversial elements to it as well. And especially when we're talking about, you know, recent happenings in Bigfoot, evidence or, you know, propositions that people have made about, oh, you know, we've got definitive proof of Bigfoot, but we still don't have a body, you know, those kind of things. So it'll probably raise some hairs with a few, but we're hoping that, you know, that everybody takes it in stride and appreciates the show for its uniqueness.
Are you going to cover any of the more fringe topics, any of the more woo stuff on there?
Oh, you know, yeah, we're going to do that too. We're going to do that too. You know, and one thing that we're not going to do, and I will tell you this, and we're not going to get into. We're going to stick strictly with the topic of Bigfoot. And a lot of people are saying with, you know, the certain paranormal aspects and all of that kind of stuff that, you know, may revolve around the woo thing too. But I don't put a lot of credence in that. So we're probably not going to discuss a lot of that. But we're going to try to cover one topic in every show, whether it be from the woo end of things to the hardcore conservative Bigfoot, you know, primates, it's just an ape running around, in the bush, to those things. So we're going to kind of cover a gamut of those.
Yeah. Well, you could almost do an entire season over pro kill, no kill.
Oh, I know, and we haven't really, I do too. And, that's been a hot topic. And, some people, you just mention that, and man, it's just fireworks right out of the gate, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people see it as a black and white issue where, if you're pro kill, you just want to go out and shoot a baby Sasquatch in the head. And they don't really see that there could be a gray area to that where, maybe you're not going to go out and slaughter every mom and baby Sasquatch you see.
Oh, right. And parallel to that argument is, it's really divisive when you have those on one end that, Bigfoot is our friendly forest creature and he's completely benevolent and you don't ever have to worry about it. And then on the other end, you've got, stories like the Nantinaq at Port Chatham, or where, he's a violent creature and that he'll rip your head off and tear you limb from limb and stuff. And that gets really divisive as well. That goes along with that. We're going to be talking about that.
Yeah. It sounds really interesting. Where are people going to be able to watch this new show?
Well, right now, where you're going to be able to watch it is the first 6 episodes are going to be free and they're going to be public. And it's going to be on SpokaneTalksMedia.com. There is the platform for their website, SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is a web-based media outlet here in Spokane. And it's also going to be posted on their YouTube channel, which is Spokane Talks Media, and then on their Facebook page, Spokane Talks Media. And then we'll also be on I've created a page on Facebook for the show. It will be there as well. And the first episode is going to be airing tomorrow at 4 p.m. It will be available. And the guests on that show were William Bisson from Medellin, Washington, and Marshall White from Medellin Falls, Washington, up there. And then I'm very pleased to announce that this Friday we're shooting the second episode, and our guest is Kevin Llewellyn from Spokane, Washington, who is a outdoorsman, very experienced, and also a BFRO investigator here in the area. And he's got some great stuff to talk about, man. I'm really looking forward to getting Kevin in the studio.
I know. I can't wait to watch it. I'm glad I'm off tomorrow, so I think I'm going to be puttering around the house watching the clock, waiting for that to go live so I can watch it.
Yeah, and one thing I think people are going to love it. I think it's going to be a great show. One thing that I want to encourage is I want to encourage your listeners that if they, a lot of the fuel for the show will be information that we will receive from people presently about their encounters or evidence or things like that. So I really encourage people, we're asking people, if you've had a recent sighting or a recent encounter or, uncovering some recent evidence, that you please, if you would like to, email that to us and we will talk about it on the show. And they can email us at info@exnorthwest.com. That's exnorthwest.com. And we'd love to hear that because we really want to stay up to date on current topics. We don't want to rehash old news over again.
Right. And just to clarify, you would like to hear from everybody nationwide. This isn't just a Washington-based show.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we want to hear from everybody because we want to be on the cutting edge and we want to talk about the most recent things that are going on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, I can't wait to watch the show. What's the plan for the show? How far do you want to go with it?
Well, dude, I mean, it's once again, it's something I've wanted to do for a long, long time. And it to me, it's better than just doing films because, films, you'll shoot one, in June, but the film won't be ready till February. So some of the stuff, it'll be interesting, but it'll be dated. And we want to stay current on what's going on in the Bigfoot research community and stuff like that. And we'll continue to do the show as long as people are interested in the show, which I think they will be. Ultimately, what I'd like to see is a network pick it up because I at some point, one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to compromise ourselves if the show is really popular and change the format or the realism of the show. We want to stick with the real deal about Bigfoot, real evidence, and not get into the false dramatics that go along with it so much now.
Right. And, that's some of the experiences I've had with TV shows and filming things is, they always they want it to be exciting. And I understand that, but I always try and explain to the people I'm filming with, I don't want to compromise my integrity. Like if something's going on, I'll talk about it, but I don't want to lie and say that something happened that didn't happen.
Right. Or, yeah, exactly. I mean, we can keep it real and we can keep it authentic, and it will be just as exciting and compelling as anything else, but we want to keep it real.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, because this is a serious business to us. We want the truth. We want to know. We want to finally obtain that definitive proof that Bigfoot exists and stuff, and we don't want to taint it by false dramatics and drama and things of that nature.
Yeah, in fact, that would be a great theme for an episode. Is episode on hoaxes.
Oh, dude, no, we're already there, man.
You're already there?
Yeah, we're already there. That's episode 5.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. And, we're already there on that one, man.
Man, this sounds like it sounds like you're making a TV show for me. They're like, what would Beans want to watch?
Yeah, in this show, like I said, once again, it's going to be lighthearted. There'll be some fun, and we want it to be interesting. And then some of it will be deadly serious as well. But we're not going to go overboard on that. We want people to have a good time in watching the show, and we want to have fun doing it.
Yeah, it would be cool if you could, like on your hoaxing show, if you could maybe get a psychologist or somebody to come on and talk about the psychology of hoaxing.
Oh, dude, no. We are so on the same page.
Oh my gosh.
We are so on the same page. Yeah, because that's an important facet of it. Because like a lot of people say, like, when a big hoax is discovered, it's like, why would that person do that? What was their motivation behind it? And then we're working on having a quasi expert in there to tell us how to identify a hoax. We're going to that length to do that. So, yeah, man, we're totally on the same page with this.
That's awesome. And just for full disclosure here, we haven't talked about. I mean, we've talked about the show, but we haven't talked about the topics or anything like that yet. So this is all actual spur of the moment conversation that we're having.
Yeah. And I don't want to reveal too much, but I'm just telling you, we've got some great stuff coming down the pike, and it's going to be original, and it's going to be controversial, and it's going to be things that I don't think have ever been discussed before.
Man, that's awesome. I can't wait to watch it. Like I said, it comes out on the 18th at about 3 p.m. You said, or 4 p.m. Spokane time.
Yeah, 4 p.m. tomorrow's episode 1. And then we're in the studio every Friday for the next month and a half.
How long are the episodes, Stephen?
We were trying to keep it to about 45 minutes, but I'm telling you, man, we get into such good stuff. It's hard to do. So roughly an hour.
Right on. Awesome.
Yeah, roughly an hour per episode.
All right, man. Well, I cannot wait to watch it. And you got anything else you want to promote? You got any more projects coming out soon?
Well, we've got. I'm happy to say that it looks like we're going to be releasing Bigfoot encounters in the Pacific Northwest, which we're about 8 months behind on. It looks like that'll be done in the next couple of weeks, and we'll get that one out. And that is the film on our 2019 Stevens County Bigfoot expedition. So we're really looking forward on getting that thing moving ahead. In part, the COVID really shut down a lot of stuff. So that kind of put some time on that. And then we've got Marshall White, who's working on Sullivan Creek Sasquatch, which a lot of people saw the trailer on that, and he figures he will have that done by February, which will be releasing that. And then we're going to have to get into, at a later date, we'll talk more about the Valley of the Headless Fin, which is kind of in the works. And it's tough because we can't make any definitive plans for travel or expeditions right now because of where things are with the COVID restrictions. But yeah, we have some other things in the works.
Yeah, I know. I think I've basically I had to cancel at least 2 trips this year for filming and research because of the whole COVID thing, and next year really isn't really isn't looking that much better. So
No, it's
yeah.
not. And I was supposed to be up on Vancouver Island again for another expedition here in December, but it looks like that's not going to happen now either.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking the other day, I'm just going to have to start just kind of going out on my own and just filming my own stuff just for my
Well,
YouTube
dude,
channel or something.
you are in Alaska, buddy. And hey, and by the way, if I may remind you, Port Chatham's only 45 miles from you, buddy, so you can always make another trip out there.
I know, I think about it quite a bit, but I really don't like the idea of going in there just by myself. I really want a team.
Me,
Yeah.
me neither. Especially after our trip there in 2019. No, I'm still not too hip on it.
Yeah, I am man enough to admit, I am secure enough in my masculinity to admit that I do not want to go in there by myself.
Well, that's good. That's good. Because you got to be there. You have to admit that sometimes because I still have a few nightmares every now and then again. And about that area, but I definitely don't want to go back in there. Would never go back in there by myself. And the next time I go, I want to make sure that we've got at least 5 days of sunny weather.
Yeah, yeah.
With
Actually,
no wind.
right now would be a good time to head in there, but it's cold. It's in the 20s, but man, we've got nothing but sun for the next 4 or 5 days.
Oh, your weather's better than ours, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, great, man.
All right, Stephen. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, and I want everybody to be on the lookout for Bigfoot today.
You bet, man. And thank you so much for having me, Beans. I really appreciate it, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye now.
All right, a big thank you to Stephen Major for coming on the show and promoting his new show, Bigfoot Today. Remember, you can find that over on Spokane Talks Media. You can find it on their Facebook page, their YouTube page, and sounds like it's going to be an exciting show. And you never know, maybe yours truly might migrate over that way and make an appearance or two. So give them some feedback, give them a like, give them a thumbs up, whatever you can do with whatever media that you're consuming it on. And let us know what you think. I think this just might be the show we need right now during this time of pandemics and lockdowns and uncertain times. It's good to sit down and just get some of that good Bigfoot content in your ears and eyeballs and just kind of zone out for a little bit. I hope you get through your holidays. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy Bigfoot today. Get on over and give us a like and subscribe as well on whatever media platform you're listening to us on. And we really appreciate it. We've got some great things coming up in the future. Really just too much to discuss right now, but I will give a big update here in a couple of months as to what's going on with the Lasquatch. And I really appreciate you guys listening. And please get over and check out Bigfoot Today. Thank you.